Before we begin cleaning the restroom, we'll need to prepare the system. In this video, we'll set up the chemical for automatic and precise dilution, fill the system with water, and gather all of our tools. Each Kaivac comes equipped with an integrated chemical injection system. Kaivac models 1750, 2750, and 2150 are equipped with a dual chemical system, and Kaivac models 1250 and the OSV50 are equipped for a single chemical. Either way, setting it up is very easy. To begin, insert the draw tube that came in your case of chemical into the chemical bottle. This is very important. You won't be able to draw chemical without it. Next, select and insert the appropriate metering tip as indicated on the placard or chemical bottle. Each tip allows for a specific dilution ratio, which can be found on the metering tip bag. The black metering tip should be used for daily cleaning and has a dilution ratio of 2 ounces per gallon. The aqua tip, at 4 ounces per gallon, can be used for periodic cleaning. The orange tip should be used if you are cleaning the restroom on a weekly basis. It delivers 5 ounces per gallon. The tan metering tip should only be used for project cleaning and special cases. It has a dilution ratio of 10 ounces per gallon. Your no-touch cleaning system shipped with the orange metering tip already installed. Usually, after a few cleanings, you can step down to the aqua or black tips depending on the cleaning frequency. To install the metering tip, simply insert it into the chemical line cap and make sure it snaps snugly into place. Then attach the cap to the chemical line and twist it onto the chemical bottle. When you're ready to draw chemical, use the chemical selector valve to turn on or select the appropriate cleaning chemical. For systems with a dual chemical system, turn the selector valve until it points to the appropriate chemical line. For single chemical systems, turn the selector to the on position. We strongly recommend using Kaivac's chemicals in your system. Not only do they provide excellent results, but they won't harm your equipment. In fact, we extend our warranty to customers who use our products exclusively. Check with your Kaivac representative for more information. Now that the chemical is set up, we'll fill the fresh water tank using the universal fill hose. Attach the fill hose to the faucet and turn on the cold water. If your sink is equipped with a hose, remove the black lid from the top of the fresh water tank and use the hose to fill the system with cold water. Fill the fresh water tank to capacity to reduce trips to the maintenance closet for refilling. If your system has a sight gauge, you can use it to determine when the fresh water tank is full. Add 2 capfuls of Kai Dry to the fresh water tank to prevent spotting. For OmniFlex spray and vac systems, use a hose to fill the trolley bucket with cold water. Never put chemical in the trolley bucket when using the pump system to avoid damaging the pump. Use the sight gauge on the rear of the trolley bucket to determine when it's filled. Now, we'll gather all the tools we'll need for cleaning. Make sure that the vacuum wand and squeegee brush head, the instant drain tool, the window squeegee, and the tote bag containing the blow hose and other accessories are attached to the system. We'll also need a towel during cleaning, so be sure you have the smart towel that came with your system handy. The first letter in simple process is S, which stands for setting up the restroom for cleaning. In this step, we'll prepare the restroom for no-touch cleaning. Setup is quick and easy, so let's get started. To begin, we'll wheel the Kaivac to the restroom, placing it in the entrance. Now, flip to the restroom close for cleaning page on the machine's placard and hang it on the rear of the system. Unwrap enough electrical cord to reach the nearest electrical outlet and plug it in, ensuring that the GFCI is lit. Now, enter the restroom and pick up any trash or large debris that may be on the floor and move trash cans outside of the restroom to get them out of the way. Next, flush all urinals and toilets, putting the seats down to prepare them for cleaning. High dusting in the restroom is an optional step in the setup process and can be done periodically or as part of a scheduled maintenance plan. High dusting can be performed with systems equipped with a HEPA filter, including the Tyvek 1250, 1750, 2750, and 2150. If you plan to dust the restroom now, it's a perfect time to do so. Before we begin, it's strongly recommended to wear safety glasses and a dust mask when high dusting a restroom. To begin, remove the blow hose and nozzle from the tote bag. The blow hose has gray cuffs on each end to differentiate it from the vacuum hose. If you should find it confusing to remember which of the two hoses on the Tyvek to use, just look at the cuffs on each hose and remember the phrase, black is for vac, gray is for blow away. Attach the blow hose to the exhaust port on the HEPA filter. If you are using a Tyvek 1750 or 2750, the exhaust port is located at the rear of the system on the bottom of the black box. On the Tyvek 1250 and 2150 models, it's located on the side of the machine. Next, remove the squeegee head from the vacuum wand by loosening the locking collar and pulling it out. Then attach the blow hose nozzle to the vacuum wand and tighten the collar. When high dusting in the restroom, follow the top corner of the wall where it meets the ceiling, dusting the tops of partitions and dispensers along the way. Vents and fans in the restroom are collection points for dust and should be high dusted periodically to keep them clean. When you're finished high dusting, return to the system and turn the vacuum motor off. Remove the blow nozzle from the wand by loosening the collar and pulling the blow nozzle out. Then replace the squeegee head on the vacuum wand and place the wand back onto the system. Now disconnect the blow hose from the exhaust port and place it back in the tote bag. The next letter in the simple process is I, which stands for injecting chemicals on fixtures and surfaces. In this step, we'll apply automatically diluted cleaning chemical to fixtures and surfaces in a low-pressure fan spray. Before we begin, make sure the system has been filled, the chemicals have been set up, and the restroom has been prepared for cleaning. Please refer to the machine prep and setting up the restroom video modules for detailed instructions. To start, unwrap enough pressure hose from the system to reach the far end of the restroom. Next, we'll use the chemical selector valve to turn on the cleaning chemical. For systems equipped with dual chemicals, such as the 1750, 2750, and 2150, turn the valve to select the appropriate cleaning chemical. For systems with single chemical setup, such as the 1250 and OSV50, turn the selector valve to the on position. When your chemical has been turned on, turn on the pump. Now, make your way with the pressure hose to the furthest fixture in the restroom, dropping one coil of hose at a time to prevent tangles. To activate chemical flow, pull the gun spray nozzle out for low pressure and rotate it to the right until you have a pinpoint spray pattern. It will take about 10 to 15 seconds for the chemical to make its way through the hose to the spray gun. So spray into a toilet or drain until you see chemical dispensing through the gun. Once that happens, rotate the nozzle slowly to the left to get a fan spray pattern. Begin applying cleaning solution to the restroom fixtures in a sweeping motion, moving from top to bottom, including the floor and around the fixture. It's best to keep the spray gun triggered fully depressed and move in a flowing motion when injecting chemicals. When the trigger is released, pressure builds up in the spray line, which can cause cleaning chemicals to become aerosolized when the trigger is pulled again. Move from fixture to fixture smoothly and quickly. To apply cleaning chemical to a toilet, use a sweeping motion covering it from the top down. Begin with the toilet chrome or tank and proceed to the top of the seat. Next, apply chemical in a sweeping motion to the underside of the toilet, making sure chemical is applied between the toilet seat and toilet bowl rim. Once chemical has been applied to the entire surface of the toilet, apply chemical to the floor, moving to the next fixture. Be sure to cover the floor with chemical as you move along. The entire injection process for a toilet should take only 7 seconds. To apply cleaning solution to a urinal, spray the fixture in a sweeping motion from top to bottom, beginning with the flush handle and valve stem, and making your way down to the urinal, applying chemical to the inside of the bowl. Continue the sweeping motion, applying chemical to the outside of the urinal, and then spray the floors as you make your way to the next fixture. The entire injection process for a urinal should take 3 seconds. For sinks, use the same sweeping motion as before and spray chemical across the top of the sink and then down and around the base of the sink. The chemical application time for a sink is about 2 seconds. Apply cleaning solution to all of the fixtures in the restroom, as well as the entire surface of the floor. When you get close to the restroom entrance, return to the Kaivac and turn the chemical selector valve to the off position to stop the chemical flow. Then rinse the chemical out of the spray line and onto the floor to make good use of the chemical still in the line. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds to clear the spray line. Always clear the chemical in low pressure mode to avoid aerosolizing cleaning chemicals. When all the fixtures and surfaces in the restroom have been sprayed, we're ready for the next step in the simple process. The next letter in simple process is M, which stands for manually brushing the restroom floor, which is optional. If an area of the floor or grout line is particularly dirty, we'll use the squeegee head brush or the Mohawk grout brush to scrub it. To use the squeegee head brush, grab the vacuum wand from the system and flip the squeegee head so the brushes are facing down and scrub the floor. Pay particular attention to areas around toilets, urinals, and sinks to remove embedded soils and odor-causing bacteria. The wand-mounted Mohawk grout brush can be used to scrub grout lines, removing stubborn soils that are not only unsightly, but can also be a haven for bacteria. Simply follow the grout line, scrubbing problem areas as you go. The squeegee head and Mohawk brushes can also be used to scrub problem areas while you're vacuuming the floor during the extract and dry step of the simple process. Simply flip the squeegee head over to scrub stubborn soils, and then flip the head back over again to continue vacuuming. Usually, after several uses of the brushes, floors and grout lines will be clean enough that the step can be eliminated. Once chemical has been applied to the fixtures and surfaces of the restroom, and the floor has been brushed, we're ready for the next letter in the simple process. P stands for pressure wash and rinse. To begin, turn on the pump motor if you turned it off while you were brushing the restroom. Now, grab the spray gun and move to the furthest fixture in the restroom. Pull the gun nozzle back to put the spray gun in high pressure mode, and then turn the nozzle until you get a pinpoint spray pattern. Begin pressure rinsing fixtures and target surfaces working from the top down. For toilets, rinse in a top-down manner beginning with the chrome supply pipe and tank and working your way down to the toilet seat. Now lift the seat and rinse the underside of the toilet seat, paying particular attention to the seat hinges. Next, perform the rim shot and slam dunk to clean the inside of the toilet bowl. Place the tip of the spray gun on the underside of the toilet rim and spray to clean the underside of the bowl. Then point the spray gun straight down into the bowl and scour the inside of the bowl, keeping the spray gun about 3 to 4 inches above the water line. After the slam dunk, continue downward rinsing the underside of the toilet. Pressure rinsing a toilet should take no more than 30 seconds. To pressure rinse a urinal, spray it from top to bottom, beginning with the flush handle and valve system. Pay particular attention to the valve stem bell, which is a common collection point for soils. Then continue by rinsing the rim of the urinal and scouring the bowl with the spray gun, and finishing up by rinsing the outside of the fixture. Pressure rinsing a urinal should take no more than 15 seconds. For sinks, rinse in a top-down fashion, rinsing the faucet and handles and moving along the top edge of the sink and the sink bowl. Bring the spray gun around the outside of the sink and down to the plumbing beneath the fixture. Pressure rinsing a sink should take no more than 7 seconds. When you reach a mirror, you may pressure rinse them as well, and then use the squeegee to remove water and prevent spotting. Once all the fixtures and target surfaces have been pressure rinsed, return to the system and turn the pump off. Now point the gun down and squeeze the trigger to remove any water pressure still in the spray line. Lock the safety valve on the spray line and set the gun aside. Once the fixtures and surfaces have been pressure rinsed, we're ready for the next step in the simple process. L stands for loop the spray line. Before we loop the spray line back onto the system, if you haven't already, turn the pump off and then point the gun down and squeeze the trigger to release any water pressure still in the line. Lock the safety valve on the spray line and set the gun aside. We'll use a simple technique we call the right-hand rule to help keep the hose clean and keep you from bending over excessively. To begin, grab a smart towel, fold it neatly, and place it in your right hand. Now, with the towel in your hand, grab the spray line with your right hand and fully extend your arm. Grab the spray line near the system with your left hand and point your thumbs together. Next, bring your hands together, forming a loop with the spray line. Now hook the spray line on the bottom horn and bring the line up and over the top hook in a figure 8 pattern. Extend your right arm fully, wiping the line with the towel as you extend your arm. Grab with the left hand, bring your hands together to form a loop, and repeat the process until the spray line is neatly wrapped on the system. Looping the spray line in a figure 8 pattern will help prevent tangling when you unwrap the spray line. The final letter in the simple process is E, which stands for extract and dry. In this step, we'll use the system's wet vacuum to remove soil and liquid from the restroom floor, leaving it clean, dry, and ready for use. To begin, remove the vacuum wand from the system and attach it to the vacuum hose. Now unwrap one loop of the vacuum hose and vacuum the floor around the system to provide a clean, dry surface to lay down the rest of your hose. Remove the remaining hose loops and lay them on the dry floor. Even if you don't plan on moving far from the Kaivac, unwrap all of the hose to achieve maximum vacuum lift. Beginning at the Kaivac, vacuum the floor working your way to the rear of the restroom. This way you're always standing on a dry surface and keeping your hose dry and clean. Vacuum with a forward and backward motion at a 45-degree angle to the grout lines for greatest efficiency. As you're vacuuming, listen for the greatest suction sound. The high-pitched sound indicates that you are achieving the best overall pickup. If the wand is too high or too low, you won't be able to vacuum effectively. When you vacuum along a wall, use the side of the squeegee head rather than the front, allowing cleaning solution to be extracted through the edge of the squeegee head. The vacuum wand is designed to maneuver into tight and hard-to-reach spaces like under a stall, partition, and around toilets. When you've extracted all of the cleaning solution from the floor, leave the vacuum motor running and turn the vacuum wand upside down and give it a few taps to loosen liquid and debris in the wand and avoid drips. Now, disconnect the vacuum wand and place it back onto the system. Wrap the vacuum hose back onto the system, leaving the vacuum running to avoid spilling any liquid still in the hose. When the hose is fully wrapped, turn off the vacuum motor. The restroom will dry spot-free in about 10 to 20 minutes. If you need to reopen the restroom for immediate use, the blow hose and nozzle can be used to blow dry fixtures. To dry fixtures, attach the blow hose to the HEPA filter exhaust port on your Kaivac. For Kaivac models 1750 and 2750, the HEPA exhaust port is located at the bottom of the black box. For Kaivac models 1250 and 2150, it's located on the side. Next, attach the blow nozzle to the other end of the blow hose and turn the vacuum motor on. Blow dry toilets in a top-down motion, beginning with the flush handle or toilet tank. With the blow nozzle facing away from the toilet bowl, blow dry the top of the toilet seats, being careful not to point the nozzle directly into the toilet bowl. Then, lift the seat and blow dry the bottom of the toilet seat. To blow dry a urinal, start with the flush handle and valve stem and finish by drying the top of the fixture. For sinks, blow dry the faucet and faucet handles and make your way around the top edge of the sink. When all of the fixtures have been dried, turn the vacuum off, disconnect the blow hose from the exhaust port, unplug the electrical cord, and wrap it back onto the system. When you're finished with your cleaning task, or if the vacuum tank is full, it can be easily emptied using the system's built-in dump and drain hose. To empty the vacuum tank, wheel the system to a floor sink and locate the dump hose on the front of the system. Now remove the cap from the dump hose. Keep the hose pointed in an upright direction and then quickly lower it to the floor sink to allow the contents of the tank to drain out. When the tank is empty, leave the dump hose in the floor sink and remove the black lid from the top of the vacuum tank. Grab a hose and rinse the inside of the vacuum tank, allowing the water to flush out through the dump hose. Pay particular attention to the float cage on the inside of the vacuum tank, rinsing any debris that may be caught in that cage. This step is very important and should be performed on a daily basis. A clogged float screen will negatively impact vacuum performance. Once the tank and float cage have been rinsed, turn off the water and replace the vacuum lid. Then reattach the dump hose to the vacuum tank. Your system is now ready to be stored until the next cleaning operation. Keeping your system's power pack charged will ensure that your system is ready whenever you need it. Charging the battery is a simple process, so let's get started. You can check the charge level on the battery at any time by pressing the test button located on the battery's charge indicator. Before we begin, we'll install the power pack onto the system. Align the slot on the rear of the power pack with the rail located on the system's black box and slide the power pack into place. When the power pack is seated, you'll hear a series of 3 short beeps. Now, turn the battery key clockwise to the 12 o'clock position to lock the battery in place. Your system uses a lithium-ion power pack that can be charged at any time. Kaivac recommends that you connect the charger anytime the system is not in use. This ensures that your battery is always charged and that the system can be used whenever you need it.
The battery can be charged using the wall mount charger or through the charging port located on the system's black box. To charge the battery using the wall charger, remove the battery from the system. Push in on the battery key and turn it counterclockwise direction to the unlock position. Now, raise the folding handle on the top of the power pack and lift the battery up and off the system. Now, take the power pack to the wall charger and align the slot on the rear of the battery with the rail on the wall charger. Then, slide the battery onto the charger. To secure the battery in the charger, turn the key to the lock position. The battery can be charged using the charge port located on the side of the system's black box. Locate the charger port and remove the port cover by pressing the lock tab and pulling the cover out. Next, locate the arrow on the top side of the charger plug and align it with the lock tab on the charger port. Then, seat the plug fully into the receptacle. Now, plug the charger into an electrical outlet and allow it to charge.
During the charging process, a red light on the charger indicates that the battery is charging. A green light indicates the battery is fully charged. It will take approximately 3 hours for the battery to charge from a complete discharge. The battery can remain on the charger anytime the system is not in use. Your battery should be stored in a dry area with a temperature between 40 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Storing a lithium-ion battery in an area with higher temperatures will decrease battery life. Following these simple instructions will help extend the usefulness of your power pack and will keep your system ready whenever you need it.